Okay, workout is wrapped. And that took us all of 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, really. That's all you need. Who needs more than that? Yeah, you do. I think it's good. Like this is, we're talking about minimum effective dose. It's like, yeah, you can do it in 20 minutes. But if I've been doing this for a year now, but now I'm getting to the place where I want to do more. So now I would go beyond this and start adding some more exercises, add some heavier weights. You know, I joined the UCLA gym. You know, I'm gonna get some real like barbell stuff instead of my little dumbbell stuff. So
it's like, since you feel so good, you want to see how far you can push it.
Yeah, but I mean, get your baseline. I don't know where people are at. Everyone's at a different spot, so you can, you know, once you're feeling great, you can do this for seriously like a full year.
Yeah.
And make a ton of gains. And then when you're ready, then you can take it to the next level.
Beef patty mix. Oh my gosh, this has everything, man.
Look at that.
Liver, we got kidney, spleen, heart. That's amazing.
We got this. Got some chicken hearts. Got some fish eggs.
So I have, is that salmon roe? Or?
Yeah, oh, they're smelt. This is smelt roe. This is a smaller fish. And we got mini sardines.
I'm so excited to try these.
Eat these whole. We got these oysters. So I just eat a lot of this stuff. I go to this Japanese store.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can get all this. This is just nutrient dense nose to tail eating. Like that's,
yeah.
I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, hopefully there's sort of Japanese markets, there's Russian markets, like all these different cultural stores have all these different types of food.
They just knew about it ancestrally.
Yeah, they just know how to eat. And, oh, here also, yeah.
Dude, you've got all the best stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, I just got these good eggs. Happy eggs are good. These yolks, I've never got blue eggs before, but these ones have the darkest yellow, orange, the darkest orange yolks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, like these happy eggs, I mean, I have no affiliation with them, but they have like the darkest orange oaks. Oh my God, I said it again. They have the darkest, the darkest orange yolks that, I mean, unless they're screwing around, that's like the most nutrient dense. You know, the chicken's eating the good thing.
The carotenoids in there.
Yeah, you're getting that dark orange color. That means you're good.
More omega-3s.
Also got my grass-fed
skirt steak.
So I'm trying to cover up this guy's logo. So my grass-fed skirt steak. So yeah, I mean, I have a meat company now, Nose to Tail.
So what's the name of the meat company?
It's Nose to Tail.
Oh wow, so it's actually
on
Nose
the
to
nose.
Tail.
Yeah, no one has it. I trademarked it. It's so funny that no one had it.
Dude, hell
so we sell Nose to Tail. We sell the beef with the liver, the heart, the spleen, the kidney, all mixed in. It's a Texas ranch. I hooked up with a rancher. Everything's grass-fed. Everything's well-raised. And so we're gonna try some today. I think it's good is to get that nose tail eating where you're not having to. Some people don't like the liver, so it's like you get this all mixed in. It's so easy.
Get a nice patty there.
We'll make some patties and we're good to go.
Definitely. Is there somewhere people can like check this out, or is it early in the works?
No, it's nosetotatail.org.
Nosetotatail.org.
We're live. I mean, we're a little backed up on the orders, but yeah, nosetotatail.org.
That's always a good sign if you're backed up on orders. People want it.
Hell yeah.
That's fantastic.
Look at that.
There's all the organ meats in there.
You can see that dark color.
Does it taste different?
It tastes a little different. It's not bad though. Like I'm really used to it, so I don't think it tastes different. Do you want to give me some salt and pepper?
Yeah, totally, man.
Or here, you can
just right over here. Just salt these
I'll
up.
keep my hands dirty.
Gotcha.
And then you can. I like to put it on the inside too.
Okay.
So.
Good there?
That's good.
Okay.
Mix it around. And then if you could, oh actually, can you start, pull it to the front and then start it. Just do like medium low there. Good.
All right, so this is food prep.
This is the just big juicy patties here.
Awesome. And do you eat like this on a daily basis, or do you have any like staple foods that you like to stick to?
Yeah, I mean, I like to keep it simple. I eat this stuff daily. Like I mean, I'll go once a week. I'll get this stuff. I'll get the oysters. But I mean, the staples are really just beef. Like,
Yeah.
I'll eat steak. I'll go to Costco, get some ribeyes. I'll get my ground beef with liver in it from my guy in Texas, from Nose to Tail. But then, I mean, I'm trying to get liver like a couple times a week. Some people are like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, once a week. But I mean, I'll get these chicken hearts like every couple weeks. Always keep a good supply of eggs. And then I'll always just have some kind of like weird seafood thing. just to get those different things going. Oh, actually, you should look in here. This is my,
Oh, the seafood cabinet.
yeah, I mean,
All the Wild Planet.
Wild Planet hooked me up, sent me some stuff. This is cod
Fantastic.
liver and oil. I got all kinds of different sardines, different fish. Yeah, I mean,
That is awesome, man.
yeah, this is what I eat.
Do you do any supplements?
Not really. I just started taking creatine again for the first
Oh,
time.
wow. Okay.
Right, so I have creatine. I have this. So I just got
some
this off
collagen.
Amazon. You know, it's like some good like grass-fed collagen powder. I mean, if I'm not doing my bone broth, so here I also make my own bone broth. So let's see that gelatinous. See
Yeah.
that green stuff is actually fat. It's
Gotcha.
actually rosemary colored the fat. So
Okay.
I'll just like I make these after meal drinks. So
Yeah.
after a meal, I'll have just I can have a steak and then I'll microwave some water, put
Mm-hmm.
some bone broth in it, maybe put some creatine, maybe some potassium, magnesium.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have is electrolytes and collagen and creatine.
Okay, so we're
like-
eating almost the exact same diet. You've definitely got better nutrient density in there. I haven't touched any of those. I haven't done any salmon roe type stuff. Chicken hearts occasionally, lots of liver. But yeah, it's the
The
same
bone
thing, man.
broth.
With
Yeah,
the electrolytes, the glycine, the collagen.
That's all you need. I mean, I just throw, like, also I just got potassium. This is potassium, right? It's like potassium citrate. I got it off of Amazon.
Yeah.
You can just put it in a pepper shaker. So I got the Redmond's real salt. Then I got my potassium.
Yo, we gotta ask about the forearm veins.
Oh,
What do we got going on
I
here?
don't know.
man?
People are like, what's
Some
going on? with
vascularity.
it? Like, I mean, I'm just eating. This is how you do it, is you just eat this stuff.
Do you know what your body fat is? Have you ever checked?
No idea. No idea.
Definitely
Like,
under 10.
yeah, I mean, no. I mean, yeah, the
Probably
only
like
other,
6, 7.
something. The only other carbs I eat, get this kimchi.
Yeah, kimchi's awesome. Sauerkraut. and whatnot.
Sauerkraut, and that's about it. I mean, I have no time. People are like, why don't you eat carbs? I'm like, I have no time for carbs. Like, what's the point?
what's the point? Yeah.
It's like, yes, I do like a cheat meal. Like, I saw you post about like a cheat meal. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
dude, I'll do that. I still think carbs are delicious, but
Yeah.
I'm not, like, there's no point to them. There's no
Yeah.
benefit. It's like, I'm getting everything I need from these other foods.
Oh, Mika's begging.
I'm gonna cut up. You can get some close up of this chicken hearts, and then I'm gonna give her some. So I like to cut off these. It's like some of this stuff's like a little.
Some ventricles.
Yeah, it's a little too crazy. I don't need to eat like every little bit. I mean, they're totally fine to eat, but I mean, I'm just gonna give them to Mika. Like Mika loves them. Like, look at this. Ah! Look at this.
Mika,
want
you
this?
savage.
You got this heart valve, Mika?
Mika has no delusions about being plant-based. Mika, you got some here. Mika, look.
Mika, where's it?
Down. Use your instincts.
Where's it? Oh, it's so good. Medium rare on the inside.
That's all good.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, totally.
Just gonna cover these up, and then I'm gonna turn this down. I cook, so I save all my fat. So this is
Awesome.
my little bacon fat stash. I just refilled it. So with chicken hearts, the best way to cook chicken hearts is in bacon fat.
Yes.
That is how you do it.
So I always cook my liver after I make the bacon because it just sucks in all of that flavor. It's fantastic.
That's the way to do it.
So we've got 2 hunks of lard right now simmering on the pan.
That's how you
And
get.
we're
That's how you get veins. You eat lard. There you go.
If you had told me that like 4 years
Oh
ago.
my god. Well, you know what's so funny is 2 years ago, even when I was already on my like sort of nutrition path, but 2 years ago I had no idea what carnivore was.
Yeah.
And my sister told me about these people she lived with in Utah. They would just grill steak every night, and
Yeah.
and I was like, these people are insane. Like, what are they doing? They
Yeah.
just eat steak every night. And this was when I already started to know some of this.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that like I do that now, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's the way I stay healthy. It's like this is what I do to be healthy. And like 2 years ago, I was like, this guy's insane. He's gonna die. So I understand when more people say that, right? You get all these comments on our posts, like you're gonna die. It's like people are like, meat is considered a class 2 carcinogen, like all that kind of thing. Yeah, I get it. I get where they're coming from. You gotta get, like, it takes a while to figure out, to unlearn all this stuff that we've been taught. And once you understand it, I have no problems eating this way. And I also, people always ask me, what do I eat? And I'm like, why do you care what I eat? But then I realize it's like, no, I'm putting in all this research. You know, I'm making a film about this. I've talked to the world's leading experts and scientists.
They want to know what are the end results.
I'm putting it into practice.
Yeah.
So I'm not just talking about this stuff. They want to know, what am I actually doing?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, that's what I believe in. When all is said and done, how do I think I'm going to be healthy the longest? And, you know, I don't want to get Alzheimer's. My mom has Alzheimer's. My dad died of cancer. My mom is in stage 7 Alzheimer's. She's like unresponsive. Yeah, and this is how I changed my way of eating and went on this journey. And that's why.
So it's through your family. That was your major influence to get started.
That was my family. It was all the same time. I turned 30. I couldn't eat whatever I wanted anymore, and my family had all this trouble. They were eating this healthy American diet. You know, we weren't going to McDonald's. We were just eating
food pyramid.
Whole grain. We were eating the food pyramid. They had all these problems. And now I eat this way. That is the proof that this is what I believe in. All the research I've done, I'm gonna still eat a steak every day. I may have the Alzheimer's genes, and I think this is the best way that I'm gonna prevent myself from getting Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
So I'm not eating the sugar, refined grains, vegetable oils, all that kind of thing.
So you cut out the major offenders, and then you fill your diet up with the most nutrient-dense, highly bioavailable animal foods.
That is exactly it.
And Mika gets very happy about that.
And this is, I mean, I don't know I can look at all these studies, and I mean, they're going to back it up, but I can find studies that say the opposite too.
Yeah.
And people will come out, and vegans will attack me on Instagram, and I'm like, after all that I've read, after all the people I've talked to, this is what I believe in, this is what I do, and I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm saying this is my information. Take it or leave it. This is what I do. So.
Yeah, that's the difficult part about this. Once you realize the power of this diet, obviously you feel kind of morally obligated to help people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, when there's that sort of cognitive dissonance, you're not going to beat people over the head.
Some people aren't just going to accept it, and that's not my deal. Like, I just love, like,
you just put it out there.
Yeah, like Mark Sisson talked about this. Like, Mark Sisson was, you know, a lot of people's like first entry into this space. You know, he's
I was
such a great
15
guy.
and I started reading his stuff.
So I love Mark. Like the best one of my life was playing Ultimate Frisbee with Mark Sisson. We got to film with them for Food Lies, and I got to play. It's like smoking weed with Snoop Dogg. It's like,
of course.
I got to play Ultimate Frisbee with Mark Sisson, and he was like, he had these same messages. Basically, I'm just like repeating his messages. It's like I'm just putting out this information. Do with it what you will.
Yeah.
Right. His message is about nutrient density. His message is about metabolic flexibility. I love that too.
Yeah.
He was just saying like, yeah, I eat carbs sometimes. If I'm at a nice restaurant, I'll eat a piece of bread. But it's like, it's also about making your body metabolically flexible.
Yes.
So if you give it a cheat day, you're okay with some of these carbs, right?
Yeah.
Your body knows how to, you don't want to go too down the route of fat metabolism only. Unless you're doing it for a specific reason. I always got to caveat that. But, you know, it's good. It's like, hey, I can handle a little bit of sweet potatoes if you want to eat them. Like,
keep the mitochondria flexible.
Yeah.
Do you think there really is a benefit to occasionally, let's say once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month, maybe once every week, having a bit of carbs just to maintain that sort of ability? Or do you think that's like an unfounded argument that people bring up?
I'm 100% there.
Okay.
I think so, like cycling or even seasonally. Like
gotcha.
you know, I mean, I know there's a woman, Denise Finger, she wrote a book, The Death by Food Pyramid. She's a really interesting person because she was vegan her whole life and then totally switched. But she eats a nutrient-dense, like high-carb diet. It's really interesting. Or she'll cycle, where she'll be eating a lot of sweet potatoes, fruits, vegetables, but she'll eat liver and oysters.
Yeah.
So she'll get tons of nutrients. She'll just eat like tons of liver.
Just the best of both worlds.
Yeah, but then she'll go back and forth, and I think it's evolutionary consistent to do that, is that we had different times where we're eating different foods, and that you want to just, maybe you can cycle it monthly, you can cycle it over the course of the year, or maybe even once a week. I think there's something to it, and it's, you know, it makes evolutionary sense, and I just don't want to eat anything the whole year round. Right? That's where these problems with plant toxins like oxalates and all this stuff. I mean, we probably didn't have these problems before. Well, we probably weren't eating a ton of these high oxalate foods in the past. But even if we were eating them for a few months, and then we didn't eat them, and our bodies cleared them out. And now people just want to eat the kale shakes every single day, and I did that. I did my kale and spinach smoothies every day for like 2-3 years, and I felt great. And then I stopped doing them, and I dropped 3 board short sizes. Like these board shorts, like my old pants didn't fit. Now I'm down. I'm at like a 28 now. Like I was at like 32. Like really, I was wearing 32, and I was in shape and thought I was doing fine. And I lost fat I didn't even know I had. Right? There's like all this visceral fat around the organs, and it all went away. And that's when I dropped all my inflammation and like everything got better. So one of my main messages is you don't know how good you can feel until you really try this. And so I just want people to try it.
That's true. Even if you're feeling good, you don't know what optimal really feels like until you really go all the way. I had gone to Bulletproof Labs and I did one of their in-body tests. And this is like full-on carnivore, and this is when I just started, so I was extremely strict with it. I was doing about 1 meal a day, and I actually go on the leaner side with my foods usually. So it's pretty much just like leaner beef and then a bunch of eggs and stuff. And I did their in-body test, and they brought in like a bunch of other people because they were like, this is the lowest visceral fat we've ever seen.
Really?
And it said 3.8% body fat. And the guys were asking me what I eat.
Wow.
And I was like, literally, I'm eating beef, eggs, and fish. That's it.
That's great. Dude, 3.8. So look at how orange that yolk is. I wish I was sponsored by Happy Eggs, because
ding. Boom, that's where I put the link right up in the corner right there.
It's like, I wish, but I'll just support a good product. This one, so this is the blue one, that's orange. This one is, I mean, they can't all be perfect, but.
So these aren't even yellow yolks. These are deep, deep orange, almost reddish yolks.
It's crazy. So I go to farmers markets. So I can talk about doing this on a budget too, right? I'm trying to make a film. Like I'm not like rich right now, so.
Oh, I do it on a budget too, man. I'm not trying to splurge on a $20 a pound.
So,
you know.
Exactly. So I go to the farmer's market when I can, and I get eggs, and I get meat, and then when otherwise, I'm at Costco getting ground beef, right? I make it work. I go to 99-cent stores. We're in LA, right? There's these 99-cent stores. I don't believe in food deserts. You hear this thing like, these movies like Michael Pollan are like, oh, there's a food desert. Like these poor people in the inner city, they have no access to fresh fruits and vegetables. Well, guess what? Me and you don't eat fresh fruits and vegetables that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
There's like, different options.
Like you can go to a convenience store and you can get a can of tuna. You can get some nuts and cashews and almonds.
Some $2.99 a pound ground beef.
You can get that stuff anywhere. I went to the inner city. I was in South Central filming. I almost got like in trouble there. It was crazy. They're like, why are you filming in here? Like, it was insane. But I went there and filmed, and they have packs of bacon, they have packs of eggs in convenience stores, right? They put them in the, like, you can eat this. It's just the information is wrong, right? People are saying, oh, the information is not right. If people knew that they could be healthy just eating cans of tuna and cans of beans even, if, you know, just these meat and eggs and fish, if they knew that that was healthy for them and they didn't eat, like, just to skip all the processed carbs and all that.
And they would at least be like 80% of the way there too.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yes, you know, and also they have liver. There's like carnicerias. You can go to like any Mexican carniceria and get all kinds of bits and pieces, nose and tail meats, and I mean, they're not grass fed, but hey, you're 9% of the way there.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, so in college it was required reading for one of our food courses to read The Omnivore's Dilemma.
Oh yeah?
And I remember leaving that book with the feeling, what the hell do I eat? You know, and it was supposed to answer that question, but by the time it presented all the facts to you, I would go to the dining halls and I just felt like there's literally nothing I can eat. So the meat's supposed to be terrible for me, all of the plants here are terrible, it's all processed, and I just didn't know what to eat.
That's the problem. I mean, if you dive in too deep, that's what you get. So I'm like, so I was always talking about nutrient density, talking about eating low carb fruits and vegetables. Then I realized, oh, there's like oxalates, there's lectins, there's this, there's phytates, and then I was like, oh man, now what? You know,
what the hell do you eat?
Yeah, I don't want to get to the point where people are overwhelmed and you don't know what to eat, but there are, you know, safer foods. So like, I don't eat spinach anymore. Like, I'm not eating a lot of almonds. Like, I think I did some damage to these oxalates. But there's definitely a lot of safe foods that if you're just eating the like meat, fish, eggs, find some low sugar fruits, avocado, you can get fermented vegetables, kimchi, sauerkraut, you can get cucumbers, you know, mushrooms, like
Yeah.
some onions. Like there's not that many problems with those.
So they're all on a spectrum. Some
Yeah.
better, some worse.
Yeah, and just don't get too crazy. It's hard to like get these different messages across, but it's
Yeah.
like, don't go too crazy.
All raw or
Yeah,
stuff
like
that.
yeah, some people message me. They're like, I only eat raw meat, raw liver, and like,
And
just
nothing
calm
else.
down, like enjoy it, like
Yeah,
eat
yeah.
a steak, like cook the steak. Like
Yeah.
it's but the nutrients, I'm losing nutrients. Like, so what? It's delicious. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
If you're gonna do this for a lifetime, do you really want to be eating raw ground beef
Yeah, like,
until
that's
you're
it.
in your 80s?
Yeah.
That stuff really affects your quality of life, and a lot of people ignore that in their pursuit of perfection.
Absolutely. So here, look, that's a good egg right there.
All right, cooked up in the beef fat.
Yeah, this may be a little fatty for you, but here.
Yeah, that's fine for me, man.
Here.
I'll burn it off.
Yeah. All right, let's keep building this plate. So we got.
Look at that.
Now
Wow.
Let's get some of these bits and pieces in here. So.
Dude, that is nutrient density, man. So we've
Oh.
got the organ meat burger right there. We've got the chicken hearts. We've got this extremely good yolk. Now we're gonna throw in some, what is that?
Shake smelt roe.
Smelt roe.
Put some of those on. You're good with these?
I'm
Sardines?
absolutely good with that.
All right,
Yeah,
I like
let's
to
do
put
it.
them on eggs. It doesn't even taste like much. I used to be scared of this, but I mean, it's like salty, right? It's like you're eating nose to tail. This is true nose to tail. Like you can see the eye and the nose, and you're gonna eat the tail.
Yeah.
So.
That's true nose to tail. I love that. I was just talking to my girlfriend about that yesterday. Like when they say nose to tail, who's eating the nose? I want to know who is eating this nose.
We are. So, my shoulder's just a little weird. I'm like, I feel like I'm half crippled over here. But there we got
Kimchi.
got some kimchi.
Very
I
nice.
love it. I grew up in Hawaii. I mean, this is what we eat. Like Korean food is the best.
So
So
that's the fermented veggies right there.
this is all you eat.
fermented
So when I say,
cabbage.
yeah, I eat 95% carnivore, it's like, I mean, hey, what's the problem with some kimchi? Right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's-
I don't like these carnivores that are like going crazy, right? It's like, don't be
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
vegan.
yeah.
Don't be like this dogmatic vegan person. It's
Yes.
like, what's the problem with me eating some kimchi? It's
Yeah.
delicious. It's like I'm hedging my bets. It's like,
Exactly.
right? There's all
Exactly.
this like gut biome stuff. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like
Play it safe.
I don't think anyone knows for sure. Everyone, like, we have these guesses. We think that, we know that it's important, but we don't know how it exactly works. So,
And when you see how many times we've been wrong, you wonder how
Oh.
can anybody say with certainty, you know?
exactly. That's like, I mean, maybe 5 years from now, maybe kimchi, there's something wrong with it. All right, I'll stop eating it. But
Yeah.
that's what's also good is I'm not crazy about it. Like, if someone told me that somehow beef hearts were bad for you, like, oh, well, we found out that hearts are bad. I'm like, all right, I don't care. Right?
Yeah.
Some people, they're like, oh, I'm vegan for life. You know, it's like, that's not a good way to think.
Yeah. I think some vegans are even willing to compromise their health because they believe they're doing something good for animals, which brings me to something I really wanted to ask you because I saw a recent post of yours where you took the plunge, man, and you went on this debate with a vegan on Twitter,
Yeah.
and you pretty much explained everything to the best of your ability. Finally, she came to what conclusion, and how did you respond to it?
I stumped her. Basically, I was like, okay, well, I talked to Dr. Frank Midloner. He's one of like the foremost experts on animal agriculture and CO2 emissions and all this, and this is why you're wrong, this is why you're wrong. So she finally came down to, well, my diet does the least harm. So you're wrong because my diet does the least harm. And I said, well, unfortunately, I think my diet does the least harm because I can get like, in certain cases, I can eat one animal for an entire year and only one animal has to die.
Because a cow weighs how much?
I mean,
Probably
thousands
1,000?
of pounds. I forget how much meat you can get from but you can get.
Yeah, it's like 3 pounds a day.
You can get 3 pounds. Yes, so you can live off that, and you can kill one animal. When your diet, you're killing. I just read an Australian study. There's 25 times more animals die from monocultured grains than
Wow.
from meat. When you're looking at for the amount of protein you're getting.
And is it a variety of animals, or is it...
So with these animals that are getting chopped, I mean, this is classic. People have heard of this stuff, right? These big, what do they call them? Tractors? These big harvesting equipment chop up tons of field mice, the baby deer, there's insects, there's all kinds of things. I mean, if you just want to talk about mice, that's the most thing. That's the most animal that gets killed. And these mice are sentient beings, right? These mice, they like sing songs to each other. I was just reading about like they actually have like, you know, these like almost personalities, right?
Yeah.
And so these vegans are saying, well, okay, well, what's the difference between this cow and this mouse? It's like, there's not. And I don't know, I just think that they get so self-righteous and thinking like, well, I'm not purposely doing it, right?
But that was a real revelation to me though, because I'm totally on board with all of the nutrition side of, you know, this primal, ancestral, carnivore type eating, but I didn't know if it did the least harm or not. And I was kind of willing to swing it because I love the benefits, but now you're saying that if the goal is to do the least harm to sentient beings, a sort of carnivorous type animal-based diet might actually do that?
And local, yeah, I mean...
Okay, and local as well.
Local, like, so... If you're going to the farmer's market, and speaking of non-sentient beings, these oysters have no central nervous system. So I think any vegan should eat oysters because they have no central nervous system. So it's like it's pure nutrition. You're getting tons of iodine and all these different things and vitamin B12.
You can see one of them crying.
So it's like you can be eating oysters, you can be eating a cow, you can go to your local farmer's market. I'm in the heart of LA. It's not like I'm in like a rural you know, place. I can go to the heart of LA. There's a farmer's market almost any day of the week, and I can talk to the farmers who raise the cow themselves, and I can buy half a cow if I had a bigger freezer and live off them. So that's the least harm diet to me. I was in Japan and someone gave me this as a gift. So this is like a really good fermented soy sauce. So I wouldn't. You mean fermented soy is very different
natto
from
or
real
something?
Soy. Well, natto is like a different product, but that's like the fermented beans. But this soy sauce, I mean, this is kind of harmless, right?
Okay.
Then I do a little Tabasco and some lemon juice. This is what we do in Hawaii. So you make oysters, and now...
Oh my gosh, man. That
now
sounds so good.
This is like the appetizer. So you don't have to go to a restaurant and spend like, you know, like $30 on an oyster plate. You can just... Dude, that was good.
Dude, lemon and Tabasco sounds so good.
Try it. Here, let me hold the camera.
Yeah. Okay, let me give this a shot. And you get these oysters where?
I just get them at the Japanese market.
Mmm.
So these are flown in straight from Washington. So here,
wow.
So these are from Walapa Bay.
You mind if I try one more?
Go for it, man.
It's
we
really good.
Eat like this whole bottle. Like it tastes like, I mean, there's more of an experience if you eat the shell. You want some of this, Mika?
She's looking at me.
Like you don't get it on the shell, so it's not the full experience, but I mean, it tastes just the same.
This is so fresh. The taste of it is so fresh. It's like amazing. Oysters.
Is there one more in there?
Yeah, there's one more in there. Go for it? Okay.
I'll make some more, yeah.
I didn't want to take all the oysters.
No, man.
Nature's aphrodisiac as well, but that's another subject.
Yeah.
So, I actually really have to take a lot of tips from you from this. I've recently been doing more of like the canned oysters. And they're always packed in some sort of vegetable oil.
Yeah,
soybean, olive oil, but you don't know if it's real olive oil.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna start doing this, going to local markets. I live like right in the heart of Chinatown anyway, in Huntington, so I should be good.
Cool.
That's delicious.